Girbeagly!
Hey there guys and gals, it's Girbeagly with another episode of Gaming with Girbeagly, and I'm once again playing the game Katawa Shoujo. Now last episode we got caught talking to Kenji because Hisao decided he wanted to for some reason, and once again Kenji went off on an insane tangent about the fact that the females are invading, that there's this giant vast feminist conspiracy, and that the festival, we informed him that it was the festival day, and he like freaked out because he was like, oh man, the invasion's starting and I gotta build a fort and all this crazy stuff. So we got to waste a bunch of time talking to him, and then we came here to the festival. Hisao was very, very hungry, and he tried to get some fried food, but Emmy got super mad and took it away from him, so we're in the middle of arguing with her about that. Not truly arguing, like play arguing, so it's kind of cute. Anyway, but I'm not about to concede to it. It's not that bad of a heart. Certainly it can handle a little grease now and again. Yeah, sure, and it handled a little running just fine too. Emmy seems unconvinced. Not surprising, as I haven't even managed to convince myself. Oh yeah, and for those of you who aren't 100% caught up or don't remember the events from yesterday, the reason why she's so pissed off is she made this routine so that Hisao can get better. So he's going to be jogging with her, he's going to be eating better, he's going to be just taking better care of himself so that his heart can get stronger and his health can get a lot better.
Maybe, but not if you're sleeping the day away all the time.
A devious look suddenly crosses her face.
Of course, if you'd been following a routine from the beginning, you wouldn't be in this situation.
Hey, I've had a pretty eventful week, you know. For example, I almost died. There was a lot of meeting people, and then I was on a roof for a while.
Which is no excuse for slacking off, you know? A little near-death experience is no excuse for skipping basic exercise. Like running in the mornings.
She nods as if something important has just been decided.
So it's settled then. You've seen the error of your ways and are willing to adhere to my routine, right? I'll see you bright and early in the morning. We'll be running buddies?
You know, you'd already convinced me yesterday that this was a good idea. You don't need to convince me again. Not that I did a good job of being convinced. She's right about eating healthy after all, and here I am ordering up something grossly unhealthy. But delicious! Yeah, seriously, that's the way I see it. It's like, I know he has a heart condition, but for most people, I know these people who are 100% healthy, and they're like, oh, I can't have 2 chips because that might make me live less time, and it's gonna throw me off my diet, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, so would you rather eat food that you don't like quite as much for the rest of your life and live maybe 6 months longer than me, or do you want to let loose a little bit and enjoy yourself? I personally love junk food now and then. I don't eat it a lot, but when I do, I really savor it because it is a special treat. So the people who are just like, no, none, zero junk food, like, if you can do that and you can be happy the rest of your life, like, more power to you, but why not enjoy life a little bit? Anyway, there are more important things than deliciousness, aren't there? Like staying alive? Yeah, for him though, it's like his heart, you know, he'll die otherwise. If Emmy weren't here browbeating me for my poor decisions, I'd probably... Hey, wait a second. A sudden question springs to mind. Hey, why the hell have you taken such an interest in my well-being? Emmy shrugs and grins at me.
You're the new guy.
Aw, she cares.
I figure you don't have any friends yet, right?
Hey, that's not very nice. I have a ton of friends. I made so many friends.
Besides, I've caused you trouble all week, right? I owe you for not getting angry. And I told the nurse I would anyway.
Uh-huh. Crazy little running girl wants to make me healthy. Well, I suppose there are worse fates. Okay, that sounds fine. Thanks for your concern. Tomorrow morning, then. I figure that ends the conversation, so I turn to leave.
Not so fast.
Whoa, I feel a hand on my collar and in a second I've been yanked backwards. Hey, no need to be so rough. What do you want now? Emmy looks almost wounded by my annoyed question.
Thought you could use the company.
Her eyes narrow.
Besides, you were just going to try sneaking some more of that fried crap, weren't you?
Well, I wasn't going to, but now that she mentions it, that would have been a really good idea. I was not. Another glare. Okay, maybe I was going to get a little. The glare continues. Yeah, it's a festival. How often do they happen? You're allowed to, like, have one treat. Okay, a lot. Jesus, I'm a danger to myself and others, aren't I? I get done agreeing that I need to be healthier and then immediately start considering the next unhealthy habit that comes my way.
I knew it. You can't be trusted. Now I definitely have to stick with you.
This whole situation feels silly. I can only imagine what passerbys think of the sight of me being lectured by a tiny girl half my size. Maybe I should just give up for now. Fine, do what you like. I sigh. Might as well make the best of this. What do you want to do? Emmy thinks for a minute.
Well, I promised Rin I'd stop by her mural. So, let's do that.
I confess I'm slightly curious as to how her mural turned out myself, so again I consider there are worse fates. I give a nod of assent and find myself almost dragged bodily through the crowd as Emmy races to her destination. By the time we reach the dorms, I can feel my heart pounding. Oh, look at that. It's all filled out and everything now. It looks nice. I dig it. It's like very, I don't know, abstract. But kind of cool. My heart shouldn't be pounding after just that. I take a few deep breaths, willing myself to calm down. I'm one of the most normal looking people in the school, but I still have to be here. That's like a weird complex that Hisao has about like appearances being the judging factor. Like I get it, like, you know, appearances, physical appearances are the first thing that you always notice in someone, but it's odd that he constantly is like, oh, I'm the most normal looking guy here, I should be fine, blah blah blah. Like, I don't know, it's a weird complex that he has. Hopefully he can overcome it. Sometimes I almost wish I'd lost a hand or something. Like, yeah, that's like a weird thing to say, dude. At least then it'd be obvious that I belong. But instead I don't even look sick. Even now, trying to catch my breath, I just look out of shape. Emmy looks back and notices my state of distress.
You're not going to die on me, are you? Please don't. It'll be all my fault, and I don't want to deal with that kind of guilt. Besides, after the last time, I really don't think I need to see that again, especially because the nurse will totally say it's all my fault.
She's doing the little pouty thing again. I'm fine. Guess I need to start running after all.
And you wanted to keep eating your greasy whatever it was.
Takoyaki, duh, Emmy. You live in Japan, you should know.
See? It's a good thing I found you, right?
Yes, it was. Maybe. Of course, I don't add that I wouldn't be in this state if she hadn't dragged me across the festival grounds. Further conversation is interrupted by the sudden appearance of Rin.
Oh, it's you.
I love Rin, she's awesome.
Hello, Emmy. Hello, Rin. I brought Hisao along because he was going to give himself a heart attack.
I was not. My objection goes unnoticed.
We stopped by to see how the mural turned out.
Rin nods slowly.
Well, it's right there. You can see it pretty clearly.
I find myself wondering how long Rin's been standing here in front of the mural. Has anyone even stopped by to look at it? Are we the first ones? Obviously, we're not the first to see it, of course. I mean, it's pretty big. You'd be hard-pressed not to see it. At the same time, I don't think anyone's actually talked to Rin about it. Anyone but us, that is. I feel compelled to say something. It looks pretty good. I'm still not happy with how it turned out. That's every single one of my artist friends, and I totally get it. It's because their eyes are so honed in and so keen to, like, little mistakes and, like, they just want to be perfectionists, but they are impossible when it comes to taking compliments. Like, I'll be like, oh my god, I'll get fan art sometimes, and I'll be like, this is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for putting your time and your selfless effort into this. This is great. And they'll be like, I really hate how the eyes turned out. It's awful. And I'll be like, what? And they're really, really down on themselves, even though they're super talented. So if you're a fan artist out there, you are incredible. Please remember that. Please remember that I think it at the very least. You're awesome to me, because I have no artistic talent, and so when I see something that's like just well beyond my skill level, it's amazing. So thank you. Anyway. But I guess that'll do. She seems almost resigned to it. I'm not sure what she expected as a result, but I guess she didn't quite get there. Whoa, a close-up of it. Oh man, that's crazy looking. That's so weird, but awesome. We stand in front of the mural, taking it all in. Oh, it's like wacky, abstract, like almost graffiti art, or like, yeah, it's like it's a typical like inner city wall mural. We have a ton of these all over my city. They're really, really cool when they're allowed to stay up. Oh, I'm gonna look at the whole thing. Look at all these faces and feetsies. I'm assuming the feet probably represent something. Either that or I don't know, this guy's like hugging them. I don't know what he's doing. Man, this is groovy. I dig it. This is that a boobie? Oh, yep, those are boobies. They're boobies, and I'm probably not going to censor them out because of the fact that they're not in any sort of sexualized type of setting. It's completely artistic, so if you guys have problems with them, you can skip ahead like 10 seconds and they'll be gone. Oh man, look at all the faces. Alright, I'm gonna actually... Oh, okay, we're still talking while looking at it. I try my best to concentrate on the composition of the thing. It's actually fairly interesting. I think so too, Hisao. The colors swoop and blend together, dragging me along with them. There's a dreamlike quality to the whole thing that makes me feel almost sleepy. I try hunting out some of the colors Emmy and I grabbed for her. Try as I might, I can't see any Prussian blue. Oh well. Man, a lot of feet. Obviously, I feel like those have some sort of symbolism to Rin, since they're her tools and they're the only thing she can really use. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. Oh, good thing I didn't skip ahead, because I would have missed the last part. My feet start to hurt, but Rin doesn't seem inclined to move on. Emmy speaks up.
Hey Rin, have you eaten?
Of course, you can't survive otherwise.
What about in the past 5 hours?
Maybe, but I'm hungry again, so maybe that means I'm wrong.
Emmy grins and claps her hands together.
Good! Come get some food with us.
Rin nods in assent.
Okay, but we should hurry before they notice I'm gone.
Somehow, I don't think they'd care. Whoever they are. As we head back to the food stalls, I cast a longing eye over the fried food. No, I'd better not. I'm pretty sure Emmy wouldn't let me anyway. We find a nice spot on the grass and sit down and eat our purchases. Well, my purchases anyway. Somehow I've wound up paying for all the food. Surprisingly, my unfried food is pretty good. Silence falls as Emmy and I eat, and Rin stares at something or other, occasionally eating a bite or two of her food. Excuse me guys, I got the burpees. Oh god, stop giving me the burpees in the middle of reading. It's very, very distracting. I finish my meal first and lay back on the grass. Emmy glances up from her food.
Tired, Hisao?
A little, I guess.
Well, don't oversleep or anything tomorrow morning. We start our morning runs, remember?
Actually, they'd slipped my mind. Really? You were just talking about these like 5 minutes ago, dude. I was actually just enjoying myself. Wandering around the festival with these two has actually been fun. Yeah, I'll set an alarm.
You'd better be there. I'll get angry if you aren't.
God forbid.
I don't think God comes into it. Unless there's some kind of freak accident and your alarm clock shorts out. That might be a random act of God.
Well, don't cause any random acts of God then.
A plan forms itself in my mind. It's a plan that makes me feel kind of guilty, but I throw it into execution anyway. Damn it, I've earned a little fried food. And anyway, I'm going to start running tomorrow, right? Uh-oh, sneaky Hisao. But like I said, this is like his last meal. This is before the routine goes into full effect. So like, give the man like, you know, his last meal before he dies of running. So the actual routine all starts then, not now. Ergo, the dietary portion starts tomorrow too. Ergo, I can have something unhealthy today. Yeah, see, Hisao and I are on the same page. Sort of final farewell to all the stuff I used to eat with wild abandon before the hospital. Actually, I suppose I should head back to my room. I had some homework to do, and if I'm going to run in the morning, I should make it an early night. Those narrowed eyes again. Uh-oh, Emmy's onto us.
You sure you're not just going to sneak off and buy some of that fried stuff over there?
Nah, I'm too full to bother now. I pat my stomach for emphasis. Besides, you two have cleaned me out anyway. Emmy giggles. It's a surprisingly pleasant sound. Another pang of guilt. She's got to know that I'm lying to her, doesn't she? Or is she just that trusting? I kind of feel like a monster.
All part of my master plan, Hisao. Well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow morning then. Thanks for the food, and for keeping us company.
And here I thought she was doing me a favor. Rin nods in agreement.
I won't say see you tomorrow because that would be like predicting the future, and I'm pretty sure I can't do that.
Okay. Bye, you two. Rin's so awesome. I feel oddly glad that I decided to leave my room today. Not a bad way to start my second week here, I suppose. Once I'm sure I'm out of Emmy's line of sight, I make a beeline for the food stands and buy some cake. At least it's not fried, right? That's slightly better than what I was planning to do. I still feel a little bad about lying to Emmy, though. She really does seem concerned about my health. I'll make it up to her somehow. Better head back to my room. Hey, I do have work to do. My books wait for me and I flop on my bed and read through the fireworks display. Eventually, all the walking around... He skipped the fireworks to do homework? Come on, man. At least, like, look out the window at them. Fireworks are awesome. Eventually, all the walking around, or more accurately, running around, catches up with me. I really am out of shape. Emmy dragging me out in the morning to run might just be a good thing after all. It's something to look forward to. Oh, yeah. Time passing? Oh! It's an animated cutscene. Oh, Emmy! Go, Emmy, go! Damn, she's fast. I love that there's animated cutscenes in this. This is, like, beautifully done. Wow. Go, Hisao, go! You can do it! Uh-oh. Well, at least he's not dead yet. Aw. How cute. Ah, supportive shoulder. How cute. Oh, they're getting all close and lovey-dovey. Look at that booty, though. We're talking about Hisao's. Ah, cute. Ah, so they're like spending more time together. Adorable. That is an interesting shot to choose for Act 2. Alright, so I guess we beat Act 1. We finished Act 1. It's not really a game that I'm like beating or anything like that. Unless I really can kill Hisao, which I'm afraid of because he's very fragile. But I feel like we at least finished Act 1, so we're in Act 2, which is really nice. Alright. My alarm's beeping shatters the early morning quiet, and I find myself wondering where to find the motivation to rise. Class is still quite far off, but I agreed to run with Emmy in the mornings. Really, I'm not that interested in running as a hobby, or even as a possible life-lengthening exercise. However, I feel obligated to follow through on my promise to Emmy yesterday, which is why I find myself throwing on some running shorts and a light t-shirt. The cool morning air caresses my face as the morning sunshine causes the dew on the grass to sparkle, nearly blinding me at first. As I make my way down to the track, an ugly thought strikes me. What if this is just some sort of joke that Emmy's playing on me? Would that surprise me, really? Hell, I'd probably do it to the new guy, too. At the very least, I'm sure Emmy and Rin made a bet on whether or not I'd actually show up. Dude, that's very negative thinking. That's a weird thing to think. It's not a trick. It's totally not. I feel a sense of trepidation as the track comes into view. Uh-oh. Totally not a trick. She's pissed.
You're late.
It would seem that Emmy is already there. What a relief. Not according to my watch. We both are early, in fact.
Damn, you've got me there.
Emmy's sitting on the bleachers, decked out in her running gear, waiting somewhat patiently for me. I'd say impatiently, not patiently at all. I'm glad you're actually here. I was afraid that this was a joke or something.
Nah, I never make someone get up early for nothing. Plus, Rin owes me 500 yen now. She didn't think you'd actually show up.
So he did get that part right about making a bet. I knew it! Nice to know Emmy was on my side at least. Emmy hops off of the bleachers and begins stretching out. She's remarkably lithe, almost like a dancer. I set out to stretch as well, but then realized that I don't exactly remember how to stretch properly. It's been ages since I stretched for anything. If you don't count my one stint at running last week, and even then, I don't think I actually stretched beforehand. So, I'm curious, was that animated cutscene, was that like a glimpse of the future, or was that a dream he was having? I'm really curious now. I feel like almost that it was a glimpse of the future, or like a preview of Act 2, because obviously he's still out of shape and he's still like, oh man, I've never stretched and blah blah blah. But that'd be some cool little foreshadowing with the animated cutscene. The specter of my long hospital stay rises up again. I can't say I was all that active before the hospital stay, though, so maybe I'm just being morose. Emmy giggles as she watches me stretch out.
No, Hasao. You've got to hold it for longer than that.
I'm trying. It kind of hurts a little.
Ha! That's because you're out of shape. You've got to get some flexibility in you, like this.
Whoa! To demonstrate, Emmy reaches down and puts her head through her legs. God bless you, Emmy. Alright. And with that, guys, I think I'm actually going to call it quits for this episode. We are running low on time, but I hope that you guys enjoyed the progress that we made in this one. If you did, please be sure to hit the like button, share the video, and favorite it. Also, be sure to subscribe to me if you guys haven't already. For those of you who have, thank you so much for all of your support. You guys are the best in the world. I love every single one of you, and as always, it was great seeing you. Bye-bye. Pull it out. Yeah. What happened to you? Oh, you're different. Get out of here. Okay, so, can we fill you up? We can fill up the car that's upside down. Can we jump? We can jump and we can stand on the car. Sir, I'm gonna ride this car for... Oh, God! Holy shit!